My Shiro doesn't always wear a cape, but she always has time for a hug, a smile, for going the extra mile. My Shiro stretches every dollar, puts in long hours, puts others first. But now it's your time, Mom. When you're ready to retire, we want you to be able to enjoy it. It's time to start saving now. A free 3-minute online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to start boosting your retirement savings today. Visit aceyourretirement.org.
COVID-19 has changed how we show up and show out with our family. Now it's time to take the first step that lets us get back to talking smack with a side of mac and cheese.
Before we can safely come together, we need the facts.
As COVID-19 vaccines become available, you may have questions.
Should I get it?
Is it safe?
Should I wait?
It's smart to question. Now, get the facts at getvaccineanswers.org so you can make an informed decision when vaccines are available to you.
Emotes say a lot, but they can't say it all. Think your guildmate is struggling? Try these dialogue options. Go beyond emotes. Check in with your guildmates at seizetheawkward.org.
Considering an online pharmacy? Explore BeSafeRx to find useful information and resources to help you purchase medicines safely online. A safe online pharmacy requires a doctor's prescription, has an address in the United States, has a licensed pharmacist, and is licensed by a state pharmacy board. It's best to stay away from online pharmacies that don't meet these criteria. Discover more helpful tips and resources at BeSafeRx. Go to fda.gov/BeSafeRx.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. If you could see you through my eyes instead of your ego, I believe you'd be surprised to see that you've been blind. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Yeah, before you abuse, criticize and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
If doctors, nurses, and grocery store clerks can wear a mask for 10 or 12-hour shifts, you can wear a mask for an hour or less when you go to the store. Do your part. Mask up, America.
America, land of the free. It's at the core of who we are. Freedom. The freedom to live without fear, to drive through all 50 states, to sleep safely in our own beds, the freedom to jog where we please, to watch birds in the park, to wear a hoodie, the freedom to breathe. Before we celebrate the freedom most Americans have, we must fight for the freedom all Americans deserve. Because no matter your religion, gender, disability, age, race, all lives can't matter until Black Lives Matter.
The sun is shining, shining, nice and bright, bright. The birds are chirping, chirping, and I'm ready to fly. Time to get ready, ready for another day. Hey, no one can stop us. Oh, we gon' learn to play. Oh, every day we learn and play. We do our best, so we'll be great. Oh, 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 oh. You do your best, best. And I do mine, mine. So let's get ready, ready, ready. 'Cause it's about that time. Good morning, good morning to you. Good morning, how do you do? Good morning, time to be great. Good morning, time to race. Good morning, your dance and play. Good morning, so start today. Good morning, open your eyes. Good morning, reach for the sky. Good morning, 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 morning to you. Good morning, 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 how do you do? Good morning, 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 morning to you. Good morning, 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 how do you do? Good morning. You see me on my grind. Woo, stars got to shine. I'm a supernova. Yeah, you see me taking over. Yeah, I'm on the move. I got a way to shine too. So let me hear you say.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey y'all, hey, it's your girl Push Monique, and it is Tuesday, April 6th, and we are live on the Rolling Out AM Wake Up Call. What's good, y'all? I got a special guest host coming on today. Y'all know him, PR extraordinaire, about to be in a virtual building. Turu Brooks, he will be on with me on this Tech Tuesday. And we got a couple guests coming up today. We got a great day in store for you. So starting at 8:45 a.m., we have Chalet Jean Baptiste. She's an author. And then at 9 a.m., we have another author and poet, Robin Shakes, Shakes Williamson. He'll be on at 9 o'clock. And then at 9:30, we got Mike Nelms. He's going to tell us all about the trucking business, which is booming business, especially now during the pandemic. Like you guys know, those were some of the only people who were working last year when it was like essential workers. Of course, people at the stores, but they had to keep those trucks moving. So we'll make sure that we ask him about all the questions that we can ask about his trucking business. So y'all get your pencils, pens, pads ready so that you can ask him everything that you wanted to know about a trucking company. I know I'm curious. Distracted y'all. Anyway, so what's going on in the world today? I'm looking for my ticker. I don't see it, but let me check in with Facebook and see what's going on with that. So DMX is still in the hospital. They arranged for a vigil for him yesterday. His fiance arranged for people to come and gather at the hospital, play his songs. I believe it was the Rough Riders. And, they just went and showed their support, made sure that they were sending up prayers. Hopefully he heard them in the parking lot there. And hopefully, y'all can't take one of our legends right now. Come on, April. Can you just be a little better? Can you be a little better to us? So hopefully he makes a full recovery and we get a chance to enjoy DMX a little longer. So shout out to his fiance. We're definitely keeping him in prayers. If you were at that vigil, Thank you for showing your support to DMX. We definitely need it. Let me get on Facebook, y'all. I was trying to get on Facebook. I don't know what happened. Here I go. Good morning. Hey, Robert. Robert, I know you not like your cousin Terry, because I like you. Good morning, Robert. Hey, Nathan. Good morning. Uh, what's your jam? Hey, Gerald Johnson. It's that time. Let's roll out. What's up? Oh, Gerald, don't do that. Gerald said, I'm always drop dead gorgeous, Sean. Thank you. I appreciate that. Or should I say, you give life. Thank you. I love that too. Octavia doing me and mines is on. Good morning, Octavia. Hey, Stacy. Hey, girl. Hey. Good morning, Rolling Out family. Hey, girl. I'm gonna need that information from you really soon because we're taking a girls trip at the end of the month. So I'm gonna need that information from you, Stacy. Yes, girl. Yes. And if y'all are wondering, I will be fully vaccinated. Actually, I go get my second shot on Monday. And so I was nervous and apprehensive about it, but I'm not because D. Marshall came on last week and she spoke life into me, and she said, why are you preparing to be sick? Prepare to be well, prepare to live life, prepare to do what you need to do, and push past it. Prepare to have a good shot. So that's what I'm doing. I'm preparing to have a good shot. So I'll get my shot on next Monday. I'm ready. I'm just gonna say I'm ready. I'm ready to get back to life. I'm ready to travel again. So my girls trip is gonna be the first trip with my home girls in over a year. So we'll be able to see everybody and catch up with them. But Stacy, yes, girl, I'm gonna need that information. Thank you. She said, I got you. Thank you, girl. Oh, and Robert, you said, yeah, the Rolling Out theme song. The sun is shining. Hey, nice and bright. The birds are chirping. Y'all know who wrote that song? Our CEO, Munson Steve, actually wrote that song and had that song produced. So, so, sorry, y'all. So anyway, so it is catchy. We own the song. I love the song as well. Every time I'm outside, y'all know, because I'm still taking my walk. So every time I'm outside, I'm singing it because the birds are chirping and the sun is shining nice and bright. So I love it too. Yes, that's the jam, Robert. So what else is going on in the world today? So I see Chiru's in the virtual building. He's about to come on. But y'all, have y'all been following the Derek Chauvin case? I don't want to say George Floyd anymore because George Floyd is not on trial. So it's definitely the Derek Chauvin case. Have y'all been following it? So it's a lot going on with it, but a lot of people have kind of tuned out because frankly, we just don't want to relive what took place. You know, like why do we have to relive it in such sordid details that we didn't know the first time, and it's making us more angry to see and watch it play out. So yesterday, the Derek Chauvin's his boss, his sergeant, he testified and basically said that, you know, it was not protocol for him to use the move that he used on him. It was excessive force, et cetera, et cetera. So we're seeing people come, you know, witness after witness, basically saying that he used excessive force. He was in the wrong. You know, George Floyd didn't deserve what Derek Chauvin did. Listen, if we're seeing this many people say, hey, it was wrong, when we see 9-year-olds screaming at the cop to get off of his neck and say he can't breathe, let me tell y'all something. He better not walk. That's all I'm saying. And we had the attorney Gibson come on last week, and she told us that, you know, there's always a possibility of him walking. I'm just saying this. Witness after witness after witness is continuing to say it was excessive force. We were screaming for him to get off his neck. The police sergeant said that, it was a move that he shouldn't have done. The MMA fighter said it was a death chokehold. Listen, I'm just saying, he better not get off. Hey, Manny. Is Manny in the comments? Hey, man. Hey, Manny Jordan. Good morning. Hey, Christina. Hey, girl. Hey, Christina is watching from Chicago. Hey, girl. Hey. Listen, Robert. Yes, they cannot get around what we all saw. And so I'm just listen, they better brace themselves. If they come back with anything other than guilty, America gonna have another problem. Perhaps, maybe, allegedly. I'm not trying to foreshadow, but I'm just saying, y'all better come like jury. Y'all seeing what everybody else is seeing. Y'all better get that together in that jury room. I remember being on a jury, and I was the lone person that was holding out. They was trying to send this young black man to jail, y'all. And basically, long story short, and I know I'm digressing, but long story short, there was the guy was stopped, parked in Detroit, and the police officer pulled up on him. He like, why you pulling up on me? I'm not even driving. And so anyway, they were harassing him, and somehow there was a gun in the front seat. So the guy said that the cops planted it. The cops said that it was there. It wasn't the guy's car who was on trial. So the cop was trying to say it was on the front seat, but it was his. Whose? How? So anyway, I would not let them convict that man. I said, listen, we got all day, we got all week. Y'all cannot pin that gun on this man. And even the cops said it was on the seat. They acknowledge that it's not his car. Who sits in Detroit on a corner, and this was in a hood, with a gun on their seat in broad daylight? I just didn't buy it, and I did not let those other jurors that did not look like me, none of them. I was like, we got all day. I'm getting paid for this, so we can go, because I'm not going to let y'all send another young man to jail. And so ever since then, I advocated for doing jury duty. A lot of black people be like, I'm not doing jury duty. I'm not going to. No. Go do your part. Go make sure that, they're not railroading our people. And so that's basically what I did. He got off. The only thing that they got him for in my trial was resisting arrest, because there was a scuffle. He was fighting with him, et cetera, et cetera. It's fine. But that gun charge and sending him to jail for 30 years, I was like, nope, we're not doing that today. And everybody in the jury room was upset with me. But I said, y'all cannot in good confidence say that this was this man's gun. No, and no. Hey, boo, hey.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm well. I'm liking your backdrop. Okay, you coming on and showing people how to do it.
I don't know, just a little fresh flowers. That's all.
All right, fresh. Okay. They look nice.
Well, thank you.
So yes, y'all. So I was telling them about the one time that I was a juror, and they was trying to railroad this young man and send him to jail for like 30 years. I think it may have been like his third strike or something like that. But basically, I believe they planted the gun on the seat. And I mean on the passenger side, the front seat, whoever seat it was on. I believe they planted the gun. He wasn't even driving. They just pulled up on him to see what he was doing. He was parked in the car. Oh, and the other part was they said he was smoking crack. I said, who smokes crack in the car on the corner in broad daylight with a gun on the seat? I was like, no, we're not doing that today. So I was prepared to stay all week. Everybody was mad, but I didn't give a damn. But I said that to say this: jurors in the Derek Chauvin case, be prepared to stand on your morals, your standards, be prepared. I remember coming back the next day. I had stayed up all night and I wrote down all the points and I was trying to remember and I was reading I said, listen, they're not sending him to jail today, not on my watch. And so now I advocate for everybody to go and serve on jury duty. I'm like, why are they trying to get us away from this? Like, they need people who look like us in the juror box. Anyway.
Well, I agree with you. They better not free him. He must go to jail, however long, but he needs to go to jail. I mean, we all witnessed. I don't even know why they're having a trial, to be honest. But
that's what I started with. Like, why do we have to relive this? Why do we have to relive all of the intricate details of the stuff that we didn't know? And it's just making us more angry. So it wasn't 8 minutes and 46 seconds. It was 9 minutes and 29 seconds. Even more reason to be angry and upset and to make sure that he goes to jail. Like, who kneels on someone's neck for damn near 10 minutes? I don't get it. Okay, y'all.
Yeah.
I went on a tirade there for a bit.
Well, the chief of police did a great testimony, so
it was the chief of police. Okay, I thought it was the sergeant.
No, it was the chief of police.
Yeah.
There's no way around this. There's just no way around this.
Listen,
this country would not be the same should they not convict him.
Just brace yourself if they come back with anything other than guilty.
That is like so true.
I'm not trying to foreshadow, but listen, it's going down. Y'all can try us if you want to. I'm just saying. So let me go back to Facebook, y'all. I went on a whole tirade before he came on. Yep, Robert, they cannot get around what our eyes saw. Gerald, keep talking about my laugh. Don't do that. Hey, Manny, I miss you too. Okay, I thought y'all was talking about the trial in Facebook. Okay, so Gerald said now they're trying to say he was on his collarbone, but that's still not procedure. Nope. Robert said there's no doubt about we saw a murder being committed by a racist police officer. Manny Jordan says, I think it will be like Rodney King all over again if he's not guilty. They can try us if they want to. The jurors, it's in your hands. Listen. Yes. Yeah, Robert said, yeah, exactly. But we saw where his knee was. Daryl said, exactly. I agree wholeheartedly with you. Black people need to go do jury duty. Hey, girl. Hey, Kathleen. Good morning. Hey, Iris Baker. Good morning. So, yeah. So, we'll have someone come on Thursday. Who we got coming on Thursday? Is it
Kelly White? Gibson? Yeah.
Okay. So she's going to come on as well. And
then we got to bring back J. Wendell Gordon, too. Yeah. And I also told you about this historian. People need to understand the history of how we've been treated in our judicial system, you know, and even why we have police. They were here to, they were created to capture slaves. So it's just a lot of intel that I think could be discussed.
Yeah. So we'll have him on too. If we can make it happen this week, we will.
Absolutely.
Definitely. Yeah. So what else is going on in your world? Because we ain't talking about that no more. That got me hyped.
Right. Well, I got my last shot last week, and I feel a lot better. The first day and a half was a little challenging.
What happened? Tell us. Give details.
Well, my arm swelled up almost the size of my thigh. It was big. But you know what they did? Don't laugh when I say this. So I took my sweatshirt off, right? And it's, you got big muscles, so I'm going to get a big needle. I was like, really? So he got this other needle. And they just yak right in my arm. I was like, you're not chopping wood, sir. You're not chopping wood, right? But no, so they did it. It was fine for about a couple hours. Then my arm swelled up so much I had to take my T-shirt off because it was like cutting my circulation. It really swelled up. But took some ibuprofen, that went down. And the only other thing from that was a severe headache. That was it.
Severe like migraine-ish or
like get your butt in the bed and be still. No noise, no nothing. Yeah.
Okay.
But hey, I'm fully vaccinated now. Feel great. So let's see what happens, right?
You ready to go? You about to take that trip to LA?
I have trips. I have plans coming. I'm going back to Tuscaloosa, Alabama at the end of the month. They're going to unveil the mural that I commissioned and gifted to the campus.
Okay.
And then the graduation's on May 1st. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, that sounds hot. And then so ain't no stopping you now. You about to just be traveling all over.
Not like normal. Normally, I'm on the plane at least 4 to 6 times a month,
A
but I'm not
month?
about to do that a month.
Yeah.
Pre-COVID, you know.
Yeah.
I am starting back filming the next documentary about Black fathers.
Okay.
So I'm really excited about that. It's going to be very difficult because we got to ride a fine line because I don't want women to feel some kind of way about the male perspective, you know, because we've been hearing y'all perspective forever. And albeit, and you know this as well as I do, it's not always truthful. And the court systems really favor the woman, regardless of her situation. And so we just have to walk through that kind of muddy water for a second, you know, just to show the real compassion and the realities of where we are today. And yes, brothers need to step their game up too. So it's not about they're flawless. That's not the case.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
But you
we
want
just
to
need to
show
show more.
Yeah.
Well, it's just time for us to show more of the Black men that are there. We just don't talk about. They're there, but they don't talk about.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we tend to focus on the negative all the time for some reason culturally.
Yeah. I think that'd be a great documentary. Kind of like that commercial that we play with the dads and fatherhoods and the little boy being proud of the father. Like we need to see more images like that.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Like, while you may be divorced, but your kid's dad still a part of their lives, right?
Yeah.
You know, now you may talk about him being a bad husband, but you're not going to say he's a bad father. Oh Lord, the eyes are
going
next.
to the comments.
Bad is extreme, Portia. You know you're wrong for that.
I didn't say anything.
Your rolling of the eyes and paws did.
I was thinking.
No,
And
Portia.
actually, I was pivoting because Iris wanted to know which vaccine did you get?
Pfizer.
Oh, you got Pfizer.
Pfizer. Okay. Yep, Pfizer.
Yeah, he said, I hope, Robert says, I hope the documentary covers all angles of fatherhood, deadbeats, and all. So you got to include that too.
I said that. We're going to talk about them all. But here's the deal. We're not focusing on the deadbeats. Y'all have done that enough. So it's time for some new content, some more balanced perspectives. So the deadbeats have already been represented. So enough of that. They've been dragged through the mud.
And good morning, William Thomas Norris Jr. He said the truth hurts, but it doesn't hurt for long. Yeah, and Robert is laughing. LOL. He's laughing a hearty laugh.
I bet he
Make
is.
sure you put them deadbeats in there. Make sure you put them in there. So,
ask him. Well, you don't see enough of them already, Robert?
He might be surrounded by a clan of good dads, though. You know what I'm saying?
But even if you are, that doesn't mean you want to highlight the negative.
No.
Again, why do we focus on the negative? Why?
Well, the negative might, overshadow the.
It does nobody any good to focus on the negative. It does no one any good. I'm not saying don't acknowledge it for what it is, but to focus on it is not productive. Especially in the larger scheme of things. I mean, you're just giving the world more things to pick us apart about. Why?
Yeah. I like the positive lens that the documentary will showcase. So I'm excited. When is it coming out?
if everything goes to schedule, Father's Day weekend.
Oh yes. So you Tyler Perry in
I'm
that
all
baby.
in. All in.
You're like, we shooting this in one shot. Everybody know their lines. Let's go. 10 minutes. That's what's up. That's
Yeah.
what's up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. And
Now,
then
the one that's out now is doing very well on Amazon, so we're excited about that. We are
yeah.
having a curriculum developed so we can put it into schools as well.
Mm-hmm. I love it. I don't know what this means, Gerald. Gerald Johnson talking about Little Debbie time. I don't know what that means. You know what that means? Little Debbie time. Okay, and then William Thomas North Jr. says just get the ideology out there that, being positive male role models and fathers is a good thing. So I agree. Hold on. Robert said he want to be one of your interviewees. He said, I want to be interviewed. What'd you say?
What's your story, Robert?
Oh!
What's your
Y'all
story?
know
No,
I
I
just
said,
talk
what's your
all the
story?
time.
No, I said,
Yeah.
what's his story? I mean, what makes him such a unique dad?
I don't know. We're waiting to see.
Okay.
Robert?
Say caller.
While he's doing that, we're going to come back.
And we're matching today, Portia. You wearing gray, I'm wearing gray. Who knew?
Yes. Mine is little blue pinstripes. I know you can't see it in the camera, but
I can see stripes. I didn't know they were blue. I thought they were black. But
it's very fine. No, they are black and.
But it's a great dress, a great top, right?
Thank you. It's a dress. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Cool.
I'm a dress
That's
girl.
cute.
I love a dress. I love a dress.
Well, I heard you have some wonderful legs, so I see why.
Who told you that?
It's a small world, Portia.
Who told you that? Because
I have people in Detroit. I have people in Detroit.
I'm trying to get them toned up. I got my little girls trip at the end of the month, and I need my swimsuit on. I'm not saying if it's a 2-piece or if it's a 1-piece. I have a variety, but I'm trying to get it together.
The fact you push out some babies to put on a bathing suit, you winning.
Listen, exactly that part. I'm looking for I was looking for Robert's comment. He didn't comment, but Kathleen said daddy issues are real, so you got to show the good, bad, and the ugly. And then D came in the virtual building. Hey D, what's going on? So anyway, so did you hear that they are doing this vaccine passport thing? And if you're not fully vaccinated, you're going to be shut out of different functions, different arenas, ball game, parks, all of this.
I did hear about that.
What do you think about that?
I'm a little torn about it. I mean, I don't know. I just think we all should be kind enough to want everyone to be healthy and safe. And but at the same time, I mean, it's your body, so you determine what goes in it. But that's a tough one.
So does that exclude you from participating in public functions?
Well, it might. I mean, because if it was my party and my rules would be vaccinated, then you just can't come.
So they need their vaccination.
Is that right or not? I don't know.
One of the governors.
And then it's such a loose thing because you can get a passport saying that you have it. You know what? Now that I'm talking about it out loud, it makes no sense because you can have been vaccinated and still get COVID. So I don't see the point of
that. But the likelihood is very, very small, right?
It's not necessarily very small. It's just the impact to your body that is minimized. But you definitely can get it and spread it. So that's what's not making a lot of sense to me, though.
We gotta do another health IQ so that I can ask that question, or we can have that question answered, because that's definitely a good question. What's the likelihood of you contracting COVID once you're fully vaccinated? And I don't know. I don't know. We got to do another health IQ so that I can ask that question. So,
And Portia, on your Sunday night events, why don't you invite the brothers to join you sometime for a little sip and
come on.
something,
We
sipping
had a
something?
brother on. We had a brother on Sunday. We had Danny Boy King from Detroit, and
Hmm.
he now resides in Atlanta. He was one
Yeah.
of Drew. I guess he was Drew's god sister, and he came on to spill the beans. I wanted him to get real with it, because I know some of the backstory. But I told him, don't tell me the backstory because I want to be surprised when you come on, and I want to have a
Right.
genuine, authentic conversation. I don't want to have to be pulling like the stuff that I know, like the producers tell you to do when you on a reality show. So I didn't do any of that. I wanted him to just organically say it, and some of the stuff that I knew because my co-host told me, he just didn't bring up, so I didn't want to bring it up either. So,
No, I get
but
that.
yeah, it was pretty
You have to get this on.
dicey, the stuff that he had to say. He just didn't get a chance to share it all. So I
Yeah.
didn't watch last week's. He told us that they were in New Orleans or whatever. So I didn't watch last week's. I gotta rewatch it to see if he can come back on to give us some more tea. We'll see.
Why do you think people are
Um,
so infatuated with these reality shows? Why? They seem so non-productive and
and yeah,
negative. And they,
yeah.
I mean,
Especially
and then you wonder why
watching.
people have this perception of how you are. You know,
Yeah,
it's a little dicey to
yeah.
me.
It's especially when it's a bunch of 50-year-old women fighting on
See,
screen
that's
and being
yeah, you can't be.
nasty. I'm just like, y'all just
Yeah.
gonna be nasty for the rest of y'all life? Like, it's just unnecessary. So,
Well, don't forget we got to get Grace Gibson back in the mix.
yeah, we gotta have her on for creative culture class at the end of the month, April 24th. Let's work something out so
Let's do
that
it.
we
That's
can
easy.
make sure that yeah, she's doing something
And
for
then
creative
beignets
culture.
and bellinis too.
That's what it's
The
gonna be
beignets
called.
and bellinis.
Beignets and bikini.
You
Yes.
got to. April 24th,
Okay.
right?
April 24th. Yeah, that's a
All right.
Saturday. So
I'll call her
um
today. Yeah.
I want to go back to Facebook. I was trying to wait because I wanted to just finish the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but he had a lot to say. So I'm going back to Robert's point about his story. So he says, I'm not just a dad who loves his children, dealing with children who are hurting from the death of their mother, and a son doing life in prison. That sounds like some interesting stuff right
Send him
there.
my number. Send him my number.
Okay. Okay, we'll get the number to you. So well, there it is, Robert. And then he said, I am not special. Okay. And
Why
then
would you say you're not special?
I think he was trying to amend his statement. I'm not. I don't know. I don't know what that means. We'll clarify it. But the
Okay.
story sounds like it's a lot.
Oh yeah.
The
Yeah,
mom
for sure.
died, the son is in prison. What happened? Okay, and then Gerald coming back to the conversation about the passports. He said, and you can have counterfeit passports. And
Yep. Sure could.
and then Iris Baker said that's one of the reasons why a lot of people don't want to take the vaccine because of the fact that you can still catch COVID. Yeah, Jean Bracy said you can still get it, but it won't be as severe. That's what my doctor
Right.
said.
Right. That's what I got.
God brother. That's what I meant, Kathleen. You know what I meant. God. I said Drew is his God sister. Don't do that. Hey, Gray. And then Iris. Reality shows is entertainment to me. That was Iris Baker. Gerald said, I agree with you, Taru, on the reality show point. It's a waste of time, basically.
Yeah.
And then
But
Nathan
it
Westcar said,
wouldn't be so bad if it was left as entertainment. But you have these young girls out here thinking they can walk around here, and it's no judgment. However, we all should pause with this. You have these girls that working at McDonald's, whatever fast food restaurant, who could barely take care of themselves, but they got a weave, they got fake eyelashes, these big
They
pocketbooks,
might be
whether they're
doing it
real or
all
not.
themselves. They might be doing it all themselves, though. You know, we
But
are
yeah, but they're
creative
emulating,
people.
but they're
Yeah.
emulating is what I'm saying. And I don't think that's necessarily good
No.
of
No.
what's being portrayed.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, I don't know how you get around that, because even if they were not looking at reality TV, that's just something that they gonna want. Like just
Well,
growing
that's
up.
been hyped up because of that. That wasn't always the case. When you were growing
Oh,
up, you wouldn't walk around with fake eyelashes and a weave.
um, um,
Collar.
um.
Exactly.
So my mom wouldn't let me get a weave. I remember she didn't let me do anything to my hair. So I couldn't get a perm, I couldn't get a weave, I couldn't get whatever. And so I was the exception. But I as soon as I could get a weave, I got one. I had my girlfriend do one, and I remember we went to Vegas, and that was my first weave in Vegas. It was cute. But anyway, girls are going to want that. Like I grew up getting my nails done. I grew up, getting a pedicure. I grew up doing those type of things. No, we didn't have lashes back in the day. But I mean, we wasn't too far removed from it. Like high school
Mm.
girls in high school are wearing lashes nowadays, and I just think it's a tad bit
That's
much.
that's
It's
crazy.
yeah, it's a tad bit
By the
much.
time they
Like
turn
just
20,
do
they
it
ain't
for
gonna
your
have no real
girl.
eyelashes.
I hope they're not putting glue in on the eyelashes, because that's terrible. Because that's snatching right on out. But you know what they are doing nowadays that I think is crazy, and I got them. I think I got them one time, maybe two tops. The eyelash extensions. So first off, it take about 45 minutes to put them in, and they look real, but they just so full and long, like you just know that they aren't real. I got them for a wedding that I was in, and the bride, at her request, she wanted everybody to get the natural looking one. So I was like, okay, fine, I'll do that. And then I think I may have gotten them for to go on vacation like right after that. But let me tell you something. When I couldn't get them off, I was like, I'm done. Like I'm pulling, I'm snatching, I'm damn near shaving my eyes. I'm like, listen, I'm good. Like I had never gotten those again. When I could not get them off by myself, and you have to go to a professional to get them off, I was like, I'm good. I plucked
Now
every
that's
single
funny.
last one of my eyelashes out, every single one. Yes. And so,
That's hilarious. That's
yes,
hilarious.
D said that is fashion moving as it always does. It's in movies and reality TV. I say reality TV has its place, just like Hollywood entertaining folks. And wait a
Mm.
minute, she said to Rue wearing lashes. Why are men so knowledgeable on what we do?
Well, if they
It's
went out here
men.
like some two-trick ponies out here, everybody doing it, we pretty much, I mean, we do have eyes. We can see. I mean, come on now. Y'all doing too much.
Yeah,
You know what it
yeah.
reminds me of? This old movie called I'm Gonna Get You Sucker. Remember that?
I'm gonna sucker you
Well,
dirty
remember the woman who
mother.
finally got to her bedroom and she said, well, I have to tell you something. Well, these are not my real eyes. This is not my hair. This is not my arm. She started taking off everything. That's what we have to
Yeah,
contend with today. We don't know what's real. Let
yeah,
it rain.
yeah.
Get caught in the rain and let's see what happens, right?
Mm-hmm.
The truth gonna come out.
Yeah, truth gonna come out. And so Iris Baker said some women go too far with the lashes and weave. They actually look like clowns.
Amen.
I see no lies. I see no lies, Iris. And then Kathleen Collins said, you ever see the lavish box vending machines in the local gas stations? Girl, no. No, I've never seen that. That's terrible. And then D Shield says coconut oil is second removal of lashes. Yeah, I didn't know that at the time. I plucked all my eyelashes out because I at that point I was just ready to get them off. And then Gerald says, so sad that natural beauty is not celebrated or appreciated. And
Right.
then D came back and she said, opinion to room, only opinion. Wait
That's
a minute. And
all.
then Nathan said, "Tell him, LOL. I love that movie. He loves the movie you were talking about."
Yeah.
Yes, Gerald. Okay. Y'all typing too fast. I can't keep up. Gerald said God created you and made you beautiful. Nathan said, when did women start dressing drag? Oh Lord. And then Gerald says so many walking around looking like they have spiders on their eyes. Spiders.
Why don't you get Derek Rutledge to come back on? He launched his whole eyelash collection. He can really talk
Okay.
about it.
Okay.
That's Oprah makeup
Yeah.
artist.
Yeah. Ty Cooper did his interview with him, I recall. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's Oprah, Michelle Obama. He's done some of everyone in Hollywood.
Any
He was
black major celebrity he's done.
yeah.
Any of
He
Shaka
was
Khan,
very
Beyonce, everybody.
yeah. He was very instrumental in BET in the BET days too. When the
Yeah,
BET
yeah.
reunion came on, everybody was talking about that's where they had the most fun was in the makeup chair. So we got a guest. Why don't you do the honors of introducing our guest? Teru, author and
I put my glasses
professor
on
and
and
artist and speaker. Is it how do you pronounce her name? Is it Jean? How do you pronounce her name? Jean
with
Baptiste Chalet.
Chalet,
Chalet.
yes.
Chalet. Oh, hey, girl, hey. You on?
Come on. There
Hello.
she
Wait, let me
is.
get center. Sometimes the camera doesn't censor you right. You know how that goes. Can you guys see me?
Yes.
Hi, it's Chalet Jean Baptiste. How are you guys doing this morning?
Chalet Jean Baptiste. We are wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing wonderful. I'm blessed. Blessed.
Yes. I love
That's
I see
good.
that
That's
sun
good.
shining in on your face.
I know. Can you guys see me? Okay, I'm trying to get a good angle. I have my light on, but it looks. Can you see me better now? Let's see if the light is.
We can see you.
Okay, great.
Yeah, that's better. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So where are you from originally with the name Baptiste?
I'm from America. I Chalet. I just had a French first name, so I'm all the way French name now. I was married to a Haitian man, so I Chalet
There
Jean
it goes.
Baptiste.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
it.
So
It has a very
Yeah.
nice ring to it. Chalet Jean
thank you.
Baptiste. Yes.
Yes.
So you are
Got
an
the sun.
author, professor, artist, and a speaker. Born and
Yes.
raised in Brooklyn, New York. You have a passion for issues including Black people in writing. Kind of reminds me of Toni Morrison. By the
Yes.
time you were
I love
19
Toni
years
Morrison.
old, you had written, co-produced, and directed the off-Broadway play "The Sound of Love's Fire," garnering media attention and earning awards. Your accomplishments continued after graduating from Arcadia University in Pennsylvania. As you began your career as a magazine writer, you're the author of Black from Scratch,
Ooh, this sun.
Relive, Black Dresses Stains, and your latest book, Be Mad, But Get to the Other Side. Listen,
No.
let's move to solution. That's what
That's
I'm
right.
about.
Yeah.
Like, be mad, but let's move to solution. Like, get to the other side. So,
Yes.
so welcome to the show. Tell us all
Thank you.
about. Yes, tell us about how did you
Yes.
develop
I'm sorry
this
about this sun.
passion
It
for
wasn't
writing?
this bright actually. The light was perfect
It's
when I
okay.
tested it, but for some reason it's like maybe it's a good sign or something.
Yes,
But
good sign.
yes. Basically yes, thank you for introducing me. I'm so glad that you guys decided to have me on. My new book, Be Mad, Get to the Other Side. It's really just about, actually, I started writing it before the COVID happened, right? Just thinking about times that I was just mad, like mad, remembering like, I went through a divorce. I caught my husband in bed with another woman. It was tragic, traumatic for me. And then I found myself as a single mother of 3 kids. And I was at one time projecting my anger on what he did to me. And then I realized that I had some issues even prior to him that I had to deal with. And so when I began to see where's this anger coming from, it's just, you know, when you're mad, you wear mad, you act mad, like you don't even know why you're going off on people. You can't forgive people. And so, you know, it's like you just pissed off. If somebody step on your shoe, you think you're going to, you know, it's going to be a fight. You know, it's just not good. So I just realized that this is something that I wanted to fix in me, because I come from love. My mother is always taught love. My father's, you know, was a pastor. And so it was really, really important for me to find peace and to get over that place of mad, to get past that place of mad. And I think that a lot of us can get stuck in that place. And so when I started writing before COVID, it was perfect. But then when COVID happened, it was like, this book is really needed now, you know, because I just saw so many instances where people have reason to really be mad, you know, with social injustice and just everything that's going on in the world.
So, what was your healing process like? Like step 1, 2, and 3?
Yeah, that's a good question. You know, really, I had to be really introspective and be true to myself. I think that's part of the process, right? Because there were a lot of things that I just lied to myself about, you know, and was continuing to kind of perpetrate that lie. You know, it's hard to look at yourself and be like, I have accepted this behavior for way too long, and now I'm mad about it. But wait a minute, I need to look at myself. Like, why did I think I had to accept that behavior, right? So that was something. I'm sorry. Let me. It's the sun gets stronger.
Yeah, if you
as I
turn
talk,
that way, like if you turn away opposite from the
this
window,
is better. This is
it'll be
better.
good.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So okay.
Yeah, right there.
Yes. Can you see me in the
But
frame?
now,
Okay. Yes.
right there. Yeah, we can see.
Right there. Yes.
I'm about to say, close the blinds. Close the blinds. But go ahead.
There's no blinds on this. There was no sun when I tested this. Then all of a sudden, when I get on the camera, you know, the sun comes out. Like, oh, we tricked you. We tricked you. You know.
Yeah.
So that was the
funny
funny
thing. Best light though.
Yes.
There.
It's a good light when I need it, but it's like a bad light when I don't. But so I basically had to go through my own self introspection, and then I went to therapy. So I think a lot of you know, especially people of color, are against therapy. But oh my God, it was life changing for me. I had a real great therapist, and I've been through a lot of therapists throughout my years. But I had a real strong Black woman who made me stand up to my issues. Like, she was like, no, we are going to fix this. You cannot make excuses for this. You allowed this. You let your boundaries down. And so that really helped me grow. Like, that was an important step in my growth. And just my spiritual journey too was another way for me to overcome it. So not only being introspective and going to therapy, but really, really having a spiritual path where I prayed and really seek God, and whatever your spiritual journey is for you. That really helped me like get to the other side of mad.
Yeah.
It's all right.
It's definitely a great feeling, like not having to be mad, not even wanting to be mad. Like, you know, whatever the issue, let's just get past it. Let's move to solution. So I want to talk about your off-Broadway play, The Sound of Love's Fire. Tell us about that. What was the inspiration behind it, and how did it all come to fruition? Because doing a play is not a simple feat, right?
Oh my
so
goodness.
it has a lot of moving parts, and it takes a lot of dedication and, you know, commitment and persistence and all of that stuff. So tell us about it.
Yes, so it was called The Sound of Love's Fire. It did take a lot. I was only 19 at the time, actually. And shout out to my mother and my grandmother, who was like, you want to do a play? You're going to produce it yourself. We're going to help you. So they really got behind my dreams. And my father got out there and recruited people, made sure the show was sold out. You know, this is good. It's good to have community parents that know everybody, right? My daughter's doing something. You got to come support her, you know? And it just became a hit. And so it was supposed to only run for 2 weeks, but it ran for a whole month off Broadway. Wow. And it was really just about relationships, you know, and how there were some things I had to let go of, and, you know, in relationships and love. And, you know, you say, well, how did I... Wait, I was about to ask that question. I knew you were going to ask.
Well, look, I was like, I was scared to ask. I'm not asking.
Yeah, no, I was going to answer that question. I knew it was coming. People always ask, don't ever underestimate what somebody can learn at any age. You know, I have been through a lot. I was raised in Brooklyn, New York, you know. And really some of it was not my personal experiences, but some of it was what I watched through my family members and through my aunts, you know, my extended family and my mom, and just even myself, just, you know, my experiences with love. So we can never underestimate it, because we always think that people, because they're young, they don't have certain experiences, and it's like, you never know, you know. I mean, New York City is a diverse field of people that go through a lot at a, you know, pretty much early age. We've been exposed to almost everything, you know, being raised in Brooklyn, especially during that era, during the 80s and 90s. It was totally different than what it is now. Yeah.
Okay.
So it was, and it was a lot. It was a lot to put on. You're right. It was just, we had to practice and everything, but it was one of the most rewarding experiences of my life. And blessed to have done it. And matter of fact, I've had people since I've, you know, gotten older, but like, you got to bring back that play. So plays are not in right now because of COVID, unfortunately, but hopefully one day I'll bring it back.
Now, the name of the play, The Sound of Love's Fire, like, how did that come about? Because it's very unique. What does it mean?
You know, it's The Sound of Love's Fire is that there's so much that is included in love, right? Like, I feel like love is like a fire, you know, either burns or it can consume you, you know?
Uh-oh. Did they have the same number? Shakes, good morning. You just kicked off our last guest. Can we
I'm sorry.
That's okay, but you on time. You on time early. Can we get you to call back in about 10 minutes? About 10 minutes. Okay, thank you. Sorry about that. Shalay, you back, girl. Dang, we was just getting to the fire. No pun intended.
I didn't know what was going on. I thought her man was like, "You not doing this interview without me."
No, they had the same dial-in number. Sure. That's probably my fault. Apologies, because I was loving her story.
Hey, Portia, is that a tattoo? I meant to ask you, is that a tattoo or birthmark?
So it's neither.
Okay.
It's and I'm not. I used to be embarrassed about it. I'm not anymore. It's a bite, a scratch, and a pinch all in one. It's a keloid. I have keloid skin. And so in all of my vanity, let me tell you something. It was about this big, like this big right here. It was about that big. Really, really, really small. And I did not like it. And everybody would always ask me, what is it? What is it? And I said, you know what? I'm going to just go have it removed. And so during the consultation to have it removed, the doctor was like, I just want to let you know that it can't come back. And I was like, okay, that's fine. I don't care. Da, da, da. So anyway, they removed it and it came back bigger. And so that's just my little reference to vanity, to don't be vain. So I left it alone.
There you go.
My little reminder.
Cool beans. There you go.
Okay. I'm so sorry, Shalay. You were talking
no, it's
about
okay.
The name of the play. Yeah.
Yes.
This is better light right now. Really good.
Yes, I know. I tried to fix it a little bit. So basically, Sound of Love's Fire is basically about love. How love can be, you know, fire. I think of as like an element that we need, right? But it's also something that can consume you. And if you don't use it correctly, it can either burn you, or it can be something that's so passionate, so inspirational in your life. And I'm not talking about the love by itself, because I think love by itself is pure. It's the way that people use love, and they put their own connotation on it. So that's what the Sound of Love's Fire kind of means. The sound of it, like what do people think it is, right? Because if you can love somebody and you can have 100% love for them, because you know how to love, you have parents that loved you, or you were loved by, elders or by your grandmother. And so you can give love out. But if you are trying to love someone who doesn't know how to love, you can find yourself at a crazy place,
Okay. What's going on with you?
So I have a question for you. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Tori.
So are you open to being in love again?
Oh, definitely. Like, I'm a Libra. Libra, you know how Libras are. You guys know about Libras? We believe in love. We are.
I know about Libra men, and they don't.
No, Libra women.
Libra
I don't
men
know about the men because
don't
I've never
believe in
dated a
love.
Libra man.
Listen, girl, they something
Okay.
different.
Oh, I don't know. Say they're giving my Libra name a bad light. But I will say
look,
that
some of my best friends are Libra women. It's just, when I get in the relationship with a Libra man, it's terrible. Don't work.
yeah,
So
Libra
anyway, go
women
ahead.
are loyal. Libra women are very loyal, I think, and we are lovers. We love art and beauty and beautiful people, and so of course I believe in love. Yes, like yes. Am I willing to settle down? No, but am I willing to fake it? No. Am I willing just to have somebody just to say I had somebody? Nah. I'm past that point. But yes, all in for being in love. With the right man for me. So all
So
for that.
so so here's another question. We always hear what you guys want and expect of us as men, right? What are some of the traits that you bring as a woman to the relationship?
Oh, that's a good question. I will say this: like every relationship has its own nuances, and I feel like we have tools, so many tools of comparison, and so sometimes we don't think our relationships are good enough because we're looking at other people's relationship and we think that they're better than us, and we're not even inside of it, right?
Right.
So I would
That's
say
right.
it's individualized to who I'm dealing with. Like I know what I bring to the table. Of course I make a list, but I'm also a woman that I take a person at, when I meet somebody, I'm taking them for who they are, right? Like, what do you bring to the table? Are you kind? Are you nice? Because I'm kind. I'm a giver. I'm not selfish. I try to be, and sometimes being a giver can get you in trouble. So I prefer to have somebody who's a giver like me. I am very considerate. And notice I didn't bring up. I have a lot of material things that I could bring up, like my degrees and the fact that I own my
Yeah.
own stuff, and but I don't think that's the main part of me that makes me who I am, right? Like I'm a spiritual woman, and I see the beauty in people. I see the beauty in things. I want to do my
Good.
part to help change the world.
That's good. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
I love it, love it, love it. Before you get out of here, tell us about I want to know some more details on your newest book. You started writing in August of 2020. Tell us more
Yes.
about that book, and then where can we find the book? How can we get our hands on it, et cetera, et cetera?
Yeah, so it's not out yet. It will be out this summer. So
Okay.
I'm finalizing it now. It was supposed to
Mm-hmm.
come out August of 2020. So I started writing it way before then,
Oh,
but
it's supposed to come out.
like
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it was supposed to come out. But then with COVID hit, I felt like there was so much more to talk about, right? Like I have a chapter dedicated just to Black women, right? Like we have this angry Black women syndrome, or it's really not even a syndrome. I think it's, just something that people say, like, you can't have a bad day or you're an angry Black woman, right? Or like men, they have those, things that they say. So I wanted to address that because I feel like that is just so untrue. I have so many Black women that are beautiful and sweet, and you know they don't get angry enough, actually. So I think
Right,
what this book
right,
does
right.
is give you permission to be angry. Actually, one of my therapists said, I never forget, she said it's okay to be mad. It's when you're denying mad that you're really in trouble, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
when you're saying I'm okay and not really dealing with mad, that you're in trouble, right? And so I think that a lot of us, even if we've never been through situations, which I'm sure we all have been through something that has made us upset, we came to a point where we had to face mad with racial injustice, with
Mm-hmm.
inequality, with watching the way that Black women were treated, in social media, in the eyes of law enforcement, in just America, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so,
Mm-hmm.
but not just Black women. I don't want to just make it that way,
Right.
but I definitely address the stereotype of angry Black woman in the book because I think it's important, right? I remember being in
Sorry,
She
y'all. This
shows
is
up
my
with
fault.
it. Yeah. Yeah.
Um, sorry, y'all.
That whole angry black woman thing, I want to unpack that a little bit at some point.
Yeah. We've talking too long. That's what producer. Okay, let's wrap it. We're gonna have to bring her back because I do. I'm loving her conversation. Facebook is checking in for her too, and sorry about that, girl. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, we gotta come back, and I'll make sure I have better light when I come back. How about that?
Okay. Yep. And Facebook is coming for you. Givers go through is what D Shield said, and our kindness is often assumed to be a weakness. Robert says women naturally bring a lot to the table, even if they have nothing. And he said God designed it to be that way. Gerald Johnson says we're gonna have to answer that later, Gerald, but he wanted to know, can you ladies answer something? I always hear women say they want a good man, a nice man, but when I have been that, or I am, or was told I'm too nice, what does that mean? I don't know. And then Carlos Scott said good morning. But people are chiming in for you in the comments, so we're definitely gonna have to have you back and talk.
Anytime.
I want you to unpack all of that, including angry black woman, including making sure that we are aware of when your book comes out and how we can get it, et cetera, et cetera. Tell people how we can follow you right now.
Okay, I'm on all social media platforms as Chalet, CHALET J Baptiste, BAPTISTE, Baptist with an E at the end. So Chalet, CHALET J Baptiste, all platforms. You can find me. It's a unique name, so
Okay. Love it.
Thank you so much.
And
thank you for having me. Thank you.
Absolutely. Okay, take care, Chalet.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, Shakes, if you watching, come on. Shakes, you can come right now. Come on. But Shakes is an author, poet, motivational speaker. Is he on?
Well, I lied. Oh. I really don't have 12 inches.
I'm gonna get you something.
No?
I hope I didn't disappoint you.
So we were talking about this earlier, if y'all don't know.
Really?
My eyes aren't really green. You know what else?
Oh, no secret.
This is nice in the summer. Oh, wait. I am glad to get these off.
No, not that. Not that.
That's not even the right color. This voluptuous ass of mine.
Oh, my God. Oh.
Guys, always get a kick out of this one. Wait. I know you do too.
You
I gotta go.
No way.
I have got to.
Oh, please. Yeah, honey, come on. Don't make me hop after you. Come on, baby.
Oh my God. But you know what? They may not be this extreme, but that's what we have to contend with. It's so much fake stuff going on. You don't even know who you. I mean, I get being on television, right? You have roles to play. You put on costumes, but you can't walk around every day with a costume on and come home and you don't even know who you lying next to. That's scary.
Yeah.
Even with makeup. Yeah. Makeup, in my opinion, should enhance your beauty. I still should be able to recognize you.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Why don't you teach them, Portia? Because you always very subtle and cute at 8 a.m.
I know.
So you don't look like a drag queen at 8 a.m. You know what I'm saying?
It's difficult too, right? So I don't like looking like a drag queen ever in life.
Bless you.
But yes, So it does take, like, I don't like to be dressed up and on all the time, right? So I don't have to wear makeup every day. If I wasn't doing the show, I wouldn't be in makeup every day. Um, so it's just, and then a lot of the times, like, natural, like, my hair is natural, and I sometimes I just need a break. So I think for like the last 3 weeks, I haven't had anything in my hair, and I mean, it's no
Mhm.
secret, of course I'll add some stuff or whatever, but I got hair, I can comb it, like, I get in the shower, I wash it almost every day because it's wet. And I just pull it back. Some days you just don't want to do all of that. And
That's right.
for the last 3 weeks, that's been me. I just hadn't wanted to do it. It takes a lot. Like, it takes a lot to always be on
Yeah.
and
Now,
be on this
back in
stuff.
the day, women would do it to the 10th power every day. They could be a
Yeah.
homemaker and still get dressed, cooking with high heels on. I'm not suggesting that, but I'm just saying back in the day, the level of care and attention was very high for women
Yeah.
back in the day.
Yeah. They was trying to keep that man. Um, Carlos said, "Hey, Carlos. Good morning." he said, makeup should complement your beauty, and makeup should complement your beauty, not enhance it. Portia is naturally beautiful. Thank you. Robert said, "I loves me a natural black woman, no bells and whistles, all natural." But here's the thing. Dolly Parton keeps hers on until the next day, and no one has dared come for her. Laughing my ass off. Here's the thing. So men will sit up there and say, "I don't want that." Okay. Case in point, Derek Jackson.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Self-proclaimed relationship guru
You
out
can't
here
use
cheating
him.
with about 5 women.
You
Oh
can't use
no,
him.
no, but he's the most recent one that everybody can relate to. Listen, they
Okay.
sit up there and say, "I want natural. I want the homebody at home love of my life. I want that." And then go cheat with the girl who bought the butt, the girl who got all types of hair in, the girl who got on makeup every single day, the girl with the really small waist and be dressing her butt off. Like, so y'all will do that. What's going on with that? Is it just a lie? Yes, D. Yes, D. That part. Derek has Miss Basic at home with his last name, but chasing the opposite. And men do it
I
all
think there's a
of the
happy
time.
medium. I think it's a happy medium. I think that we all want someone that we can appreciate 7 days a week, even on a quote unquote off day, like you, Portia. I mean, everybody looks different. Hopefully, you are with someone that you're attracted to, right? Like with you cannot wear makeup and you will look the same. You look like yourself with makeup, with your hair down, all that. You have various looks. You have costumes within your own natural beauty, and you know how to bring it out. A lot of women aren't that successful at doing that. And I think that a lot of times, and this is a relationship thing here, what is required? The same things it takes to get a mate, it does take to keep them. Because maybe at some point in time, you were, dressing up a little bit or smelling good. I can't name this
Not
person,
women
but
out here not smelling good though, Taru. I know you're not sitting up there talking about women out here that's not smelling. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Portia,
Don't do that.
okay, but there are different reasons why. You have to wear perfumes by the season. The heavier the perfume, you need to wear that in the winter time. The lighter scents you need to wear in the summer. And some people don't know that. That's one. You can't, women who carry perfume in their purse, shame on you. You should not be spraying perfume on at 5 o'clock and you've not washed your butt. Okay. There's no, I'm going to do this before I go. No. You know that goes down. You've seen it. How many of your girlfriends got a little perfume in their purse? I'm just saying. Who does that?
Lord.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, but in all
Lord.
fairness, you know, I don't. I mean, that's just a tough thing, though. It's a tough thing.
You're so crazy. Wait a minute. I want to check in with Facebook because Kathleen said, what day though? She said, love you to rule, but a lot of women let it relax as they chase the bacon, cook it, raise their babies, and keep their husband. Shout out to my mama, rest in heaven. So yeah. And then D said, Kathleen Colin, she said, like I did, raising 3 amazing children, no lashes, no makeup. When raising
That's right.
them as an empty nester, she said, I do me. And she said, same for weight loss. Keep that Kofi and Idris body. Don't relax on us.
That's right.
Ooh.
I agree. It goes both ways.
Oh,
I agree.
Oh, oh,
I agree. It's not time for him to give birth.
Yeah.
That's
No,
real.
right. Yeah,
that goes both ways. You can't have no demands if you're not willing to do your part.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, but it is a lot. It is a lot. We have to juggle a lot, you know, and sometimes
work, children,
it's
a lot.
Yeah, we gotta work, we gotta be the mamas, we gotta be the counselors, we gotta be the therapists, we gotta be the beauty queens, we gotta be the moguls. Like we have to wear it all. And we're supposed to do it all.
Now here's the question for you though.
All the time.
So if you're married to someone or in a relationship with someone, well, I say married because I'm gonna say relationship. If you're married, right, and it is not required of you to work, meaning you all have enough resources where you still can live your life and not work, right? Does that shift some of the ability to have a certain expectation then? I mean,
hell no.
I guess it's all about the couple. I mean, what do they want? What is attractive? I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's not a blanket answer.
No, but here's the thing: men lie. Case in point, Derek Jackson. I love my wife. She
wears the armor
of God. Men lie.
Women cheat too, Portia. Women cheat too.
Listen, okay, I get it. But men sit up there and they say they want one thing: this homebody, peaceful, peacemaker, beautiful, natural beauty at home. But you all chasing the one thing that you said you despise. Like you said, you don't want the fake hair, you don't want the fake butt, you don't want the small waist, you don't want the fastness. I understand that is not all men, but a lot of men sit up there and say
don't say but, say however.
However, a lot of men sit out there and say that they're extremely happy at home with their home life, but they're out there cheating a lot.
Yeah, well, it goes back to even monogamy. Do even people believe in monogamy? So we have to dial it back even further. Because I don't think most people believe in monogamy. They just participate because that's what our societal standards has offered us. But I don't think most people even believe in monogamy. So it's going to be challenging no matter what. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to Facebook. D says upkeep takes 2. Makita said excited to hear what Shakes has to say. He's dope. Shakes, call back in. If you out there and you listening, call back in. And then Carlos says society has put a lot of unnecessary pressure on women. D says men do lie. They say they want basic, yet inbox and show me your panties to fake ones. I'm just saying. Sorry, he said panties. Derek Jackson. And then Robert says he didn't lie. He was the very one he was talking about. Now that was a lie. He was out there berating all the men. And he was out there doing the same thing. Derek Jackson is not the standard nor the exception. He is an immature child. Yes, I said child because I got a call, y'all. I think this is our guest. Give me 1 second. Taru, can you address the comments right quick? I'll be right back.
Oh, I don't see him. Hold on. We're going to figure this out. Hold on. I can address them. Yep. No, this whole premise of women having all this pressure is not cool. And we've got to get better about it, you know? We have to communicate and actually know what you're getting into. That's going to be very, very important for us. I'm trying to log on to the on my phone to get these questions because I don't see them on here. So give me 1 second. Here we go. All right, Derek Jackson. All right, you there for me? What? All right. So Carlos Scott says Derek Jackson is not the standard, nor the exception. Okay, Portia read that one, I believe. We as men need to do better by our queens. Gerald said that. That's right. D. Shield says, Taru, the old school man, have to get with the times. Women are not in the old days. And you're absolutely correct. Times have changed. Our standards have changed. Our interests have changed. You're right.
Yeah. Yeah. There's just this contradiction, right? So you can be all that. You can be the mama, you could be the wife, you could be the sex vixen in the sheets in the bedroom and be this classy, you know, expectant lady out in the streets. But if it ain't what he want, it's not what he want. And my thing about that is just don't lie. Like nobody's coming to beat your ass if you're sitting up there lying. I'm not.
Right.
I'm not about to beat your ass because you tell me the truth. It is what it is. Let's just move on.
But isn't there room to have consideration for this in relationships? Sometimes in relationship things don't go well. There is stress, there is anger, disappointment, and stuff like that, right? So when those things happen, it's not an excuse. I'm just saying reality, right?
Let's table that right quick because our guest is on, Taru.
Yes.
I'm sorry. We're gonna come back to that before we get to the end of the broadcast. But welcome back, Shakes. We had people in the virtual audience waiting for you. They said you were dope. Shakes is an author. Go ahead.
Waiting for me?
Yes, sir.
They said they was waiting for you. They said you're dope. They said we can't wait to see what he says. So Shakes is an author, poet, motivational speaker, and business owner. He was raised in Durham, North Carolina, and as a reformed gang member, did not know that, he seeks to inspire younger generations and create positive change in his community. Let's talk about it. He is the founder and head chef at Bull City Dogs as well. Good morning. Welcome to the show. Give us some insight. I don't think I read that in your bio that you were a former gang member. So I'm happy to see that you turned your life around. So welcome.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys for having me.
Yeah, so let's start there. You were a reformed gang member. What made you turn the table, so to speak? So what made you turn your life around and become an author, a poet, a business person?
I mean, a lot of people have a lot of bad things to say about organizations, but it was more of me growing up in a certain area and hanging with, certain people, whether you call yourself a part of an organization or not, you're guilty by association, and I mean the other things like being an author, being a business owner, that was already in me. That was destined for me to be anyway. Other things just come along in life, and as you go through certain things, you learn how to maneuver a certain way and inspire, rather than put down or make yourself look crazy. Just like any other organization, you have people who are bad apples. You have people who are good apples.
Okay. Well, I love it. I love it. You are the founder of the name of it is Bull City Dogs. You're the founder of Bull City Dogs and the head chef. Tell us about, it's a restaurant? It's a bar grill.
No.
What is it, a restaurant?
So now I own hot dog carts, right? So
okay.
Coming up in Durham in Turnkey, I grew up with my grandmother, and the first thing she taught me how to make really was eggs and hot dogs. So I always wanted, right. So it was quick, it was easy, You know, of course, Grandma boiled hot dogs, and now I don't like them boiled. You know, so but I've always
I
wanted
used to boil
to.
mine too.
Yeah, nah, no more. Can't do that. I don't want all that
My
water.
grandfather raised me, so yes,
Yeah.
I get it.
So her and my mother taught me how to make, you know, my homemade slaw, homemade chili. And I've always wanted to own a hot dog cart, so I invested my money into a couple of them. And I have my family that runs them for me.
Okay. Business person, poet, author. Let's get into some of this poetry. It's National Poetry Month, April, as many people know. Let's talk about your poetry. How'd you get into writing and poetry?
So, when I was young, my grandmother was a very spiritual woman, right? So, she used to just walk around the house humming all the time. Didn't even have to be a song. She would just hum all the time, right? And that always put different cadences in my head. But I remember writing my first poem when I was like 4 or 5 years old. And what inspired me to do so, my mom used to write. My mom was a single mother, you know, until she met an incredible man, my dad, Patrick Jackson, who came in my life and, you know, taught me how to be a man. But I used to get see her little notebooks, you know, and I've already had those words in my head because, you know, I had a lot of anger as a child, you know, and I just started writing. Ever since then, I've always written, but it was crazy. As I just seen a Facebook, a memory from like 3 years ago. It was like 3 years ago when I did my first ever, you know, stand up spoken word poetry event, you know, and I'm like, man, it's crazy. After all these years I've been writing, I was 20 something years old in my late 20s when I started really sharing it with people.
Interesting. So you got some pieces published, you self-published. Your first book of poetry, it's Personal Volume 1. It's currently being used in high schools in North Carolina. Yeah, tell us about that.
Yeah, I have a real good mentor by the name of Dan Guilford.
Okay.
You guys wouldn't aware. I didn't know if he was still there. I
Yeah,
have a
we
real good
here.
mentor.
It's spotlighted on you.
Oh man, Dan. And I was working out at the high school, you know, with kids, you know, that may have little mental issues, autism. You know, I've always been inspired by helping other people. And I told him I had the book. I did it. He said, man, I want you to bring the book to the school. He said, and I want to buy, I think he bought like 80 of them, 80 or 90 of them. And I'm sorry. He bought about 80 or 90 of them, and then they started using them in the classrooms, and from there, I've been able to build relationships with other principals to where they will purchase the books as well and use them. But of course, now, you know, we're having COVID. School is starting to get back in, so I look forward to seeing what the creative writing classes do with the book. So it all started from Dan.
That is so inspirational. And it's an accomplishment to get your books in the school systems too. So congratulations to you on that.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
We have some of your poetry up. Which poem would you like us to play? We got the shakesbandcamp.com. You want us to play one of your poems?
Sure.
Which one?
Sure. Or do you want to do it live?
Yeah, or if you want to recite it live.
Whichever you guys would like. So I'm gonna tell you with the project. So with the project, I did it like a DJ drama type style project, right? With the OG Skaz Digger, he's a Big Daddy's Kane official DJ out here in North Carolina. He's a big inspiration, and with DJ Fats the Governor. So if you play it through Bandcamp, you're going to get the effect of a Gangsta Grill type DJ where it's going to be, you know, mixing and bringing back. And if you want to hear that, right? I also, if you would like for me to recite a poem, it's up to you guys, you know.
Let's do both. Let's do both.
All right, so let's
Shakes, let's tell them. No one is the same all the time. The challenge of remaining balanced without falling is a much finer line. A chance to change will change your chances.
Look, I feel overlooked at times. I feel underbooked sometimes. So I book my own tour. You gotta do for self sometimes and gamble on yourself is nice. I lay in bed and wake at night thinking about all my dreams and all my Look, I feel overlooked at times. I feel underbooked sometimes. So I book my own tour. Look, I feel overlooked at times. I feel underbooked sometimes. So I book my own tour. You gotta do for self sometimes and gamble on yourself is nice. I lay in bed and wake at night thinking about all my dreams and all my plans and all my life and all my friends and family. The people that stand for me, the people that betrayed me. If you owe me, you gon' pay me. I think my heart is way too big sometimes. I know I'm way too cold sometimes. I feel love from my tribe sometimes, and then I feel alone at times. I wanna show you love sometimes, but I can feel the hate at times, and that shit had me tripping. I go too far when I start tripping. I guess that's baggage, I guess that's luggage. I need to let that go like fuck it.
Fire. I like it. I love it. I love the message.
Yeah. Good job, brother. Good job.
Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. Now
I
give us
appreciate
something live. Give us one of your favorite poems live as well, and then we'll get into because I know we got to wrap soon. And then we'll get into your first music project with the Dungeon Families, Big Rube, and DJ Drama. So give us something live, and then we'll talk about that.
Okay. It's hard for me to name pieces, so I don't have a name for, you know, so I just do something that a lot of people like.
Okay.
I needed a tool to help me address the day-to-day change. Capitalize off those discontinuous things, add more strikes behind my name. Enable me to consult myself effectively, because being stagnant ain't where it's at. Because those business as usual assumptions tend to hold folks back. So this tool I speak of, creatively and perfectly sculpted for me, creating this masterpiece, sculpted me into everything I need to be. I had to realize why I respond a certain way in certain circumstances. I was cradling hurt, and as the future changes, that hurt I was cradling becomes evident in my verses. I had to check myself, sit myself down like, Jan, you got to get it together. You got to fade these opportunities, face these challenges. You can't live like this forever. I seen some problems with me, things that ran in my genes. I mean, I am my father's child. So I rebuke and destroy everything meant to come against me. Do I resemble my father now? I'm troubled, was hurt, didn't even know it. Never emotional, but to others my actions showed it. Never disrespectful, always treated others assumingly the way I wanted to be. But that trouble and hurt came in when I wouldn't let them care for me. I mean, who would really love me if my own daddy ain't want me? Heart in a deep freezer, unthought and ain't possible. Always knew there was a problem, just they know it was me. Changing the game, mama had to call audibles. I had to do some research, pre-think my decisions. Dig deep down within myself, finally sit down and listen. Though research can't make decisions, it sure can make them better. My talents for the future, I'm working on forever. So this tool I speak of, the thing that belongs to me, I got it for free, but it's up to me on how expensive it can be.
Wow.
That's good.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Good stuff.
Listen, that's fire. I love it. Before you get out of here and tell people where they can find your art, your poetry, and your music, let's talk about your first music project, Dungeon Family, with Big Rube and DJ Drama's Gangsta Grill series. How was it inspired? And tell us all about it.
So, Dungeon Family, I actually didn't get to work with DJ Drama. I just took the format, right? And I worked with DJ Skaz Digger, and DJ Fats the Governor out here. They OGs in North Carolina music scene, right? But back in 2019, I tweeted something out and said I need to work with Big Rube, right? And Big Rube has always, the Dungeon Family Outcast has always been one of my favorite, groups, right? And he tweeted me back and was like, "Let's make it happen." And so I'm like,
Wow.
okay. So then I just started doing my research, like, how can I get with them? Then I have a colleague by the name of Storm out here in North Carolina. She's from Detroit. She has a great relationship with his with his cousin Candace. So from her and Candace put it together. I was able to talk to Big Rube. We sat on the phone for a while, chopped it up, real down to earth guy, and he sent me back the records in an hour, 2 hours, something like that.
Wow.
And he told me, he told me I was one of the dopest, and for him to say that to me, I'm like, oh man, especially being a poet. Like I like poetry. I'm not a rapper, I don't call myself a rapper. I write poetry, and that's what I do.
Listen, way to manifest that thing. A lot of people are afraid to say what it is they really want, but when you put that thing out in the atmosphere and you say, "This is what I want," the universe will answer. And so that's how you really manifest things. And kudos to you for just having the courage to say, "This is what I want," and then being on the receiving end of the universe, and the universe saying, "Well, this is what you get." And so you got a chance to work with somebody that you really wanted to work with. So congratulations to that. Thank you. Facebook is checking in for you. They said, Lorraine said, awesome. Kathleen said, feeling Common vibe. So she likens you to Common. She says, love it. Robert says he needs to be in a documentary as well, Taru. So Robert over here working on your behalf. Taru is doing a documentary on Black men and fathers. And he said, Robert, we were talking about that earlier, and Robert was just coming back to it and said that you need to be in his documentary. And then D says, okay, well, preach on it then. So everybody is coming for you in the comments. Michael Nam said, dope. We looking for Michael Nams. He's supposed to be on. So Michael, what you doing in the audience? You need to be backstage. But definitely super dope. Thank you for coming on and sharing with us. You have so much more to your story that we got to get you some questions. We got to get you a feature on the website as well, and kind of unravel some of those layers from previous gang member to now flourishing in North Carolina with your businesses and all of that great stuff. So we'll be in contact soon and get you some questions and definitely get you a feature on the website. So yes. So tell everybody where we can follow you.
Shakes NC, that's SH, the number 8, KESNC on everything. It's Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I don't know how to use TikTok yet, Snapchat.
Me either.
Yeah. So, info@shakes.com. I'm all over Bandcamp, all over every DSP. So wherever you can find music or find people, you can find me there at Shakes. Also, this is Black-owned water from Black-owned land here in North Carolina. So it's called Live Alkaline. Live Alkaline water. So make sure, please, support my people. I love them to death. T. Walker, Brad Simmons King, Brad Born King, they're doing their thing, also. And Bull City Apparel out here in Durham, North Carolina, they show a lot of love. We support each other. So, as a matter of fact, this is a shirt from them I have on now. So, but thank you. That's it.
All right.
Good stuff.
All right. Thank you so much. Super dope. We'll be sure to get you those questions so we can get you a feature on the website as well. But thanks for coming on, sharing your story, and inspiring people. Yeah, you just super dope. Like, you got your books and your works in high schools. You're a business owner. You say, I'm not a rapper, I'm a poet. Okay, y'all get that right. And we love your work. So thank you so much for coming on the Rolling Out and Wake Up Call.
I appreciate it.
So we appreciate it.
Thank you.
Oh, we got some more work.
Yeah, man, listen to it. Listen to it. Y'all would
We
definitely enjoy
got
it.
you.
All right.
Peace.
From the day I was born, I was gifted. My heart was left empty.
I love it. Michael Nams. All you gotta do is click the link. So click the website and then put in the passcode and then click connect or whatever it says. We waiting on you backstage. He said he's trying to figure out how to get on. So we sent you a link. And then it's gonna ask you your name, type in your name, then type in the password, and then connect, and you'll be backstage. He was super dope, Taru.
No, I like
he
him.
was super dope. Yeah.
Good energy.
Yeah.
Good energy. It's interesting. Robert's talking about that he needs to be in a documentary. I appreciate that, but it's about balance. So it's like cooking. If you have a recipe, you can't have other folk coming in, add a little this, add a little this. Well, my mama made this like that. She add a little this. So that's a tricky thing. But I definitely appreciate the sentiment for sure, because there are a lot of brothers out here without question. We just got to figure out the stories and how they're going to accomplish each other for the overall function of the project. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, I get it too. Everybody want to add their spice to it, and sometimes it make it too spicy. I don't necessarily like spice.
Or you water it out, water it down.
Something.
Make it too sweet. Yeah. Make it too sweet. Portia, who's your stylist? That's what I want to know. Because you don't ever wear the same clothes. Ever.
I get it from my mama, y'all. Let me tell y'all something. I get it from my mama. You know what I do? My kids, they tease me all the time. If I'm buying something, they be like, "Mama, you don't need nothing else. You got 2 closets full of stuff." I have a whole room that I really do need to turn into another studio. But it houses all of my clothes.
But what is the obsession with so many clothes? What's that about?
So I had this thing. So when I was working in corporate, I just, I loved dresses, right? So my thing was always dresses and heels. I love dresses. And but when I was working, it was always, I have this thing about signature dresses. Like I got signature dresses. You won't catch me in it twice in the same city in the same year. Don't do that. Don't ask me about that.
That's real. I get it. No, here's the question: Do you take care of your feet though? That's gonna be the big question.
Absolutely.
Don't you call me that? You almost slipped.
No.
Hey.
I did not. No, absolutely. Like you have to, because it's a part of being a woman. Like self-care is real, and it's not always just getting your hair done, your nails done, your face done, your feet done. It's just taking time for yourself, but that's a part of my self-care.
Yeah, that's true.
I have not. Yeah,
and hygiene. You can paint your nails all you want, but if you're not taking care of the other stuff,
and if you got perfume in your purse, that's a problem, according to you.
I mean,
don't be spraying that perfume on at 5 o'clock in the evening.
That's what I'm saying. Or doing your lunch break. Nah.
I ain't never heard that one, Tiro. I ain't never heard
Are you serious?
I ain't never heard that one. For real.
I've seen it way too many times. I'm like, negative.
That's terrible. And sometimes you gotta take 2-3 showers a day because it'll be so hot.
You want to. But a lot of people don't take showers before they go to bed. And I don't know how you get in your bed with all that outdoor activity on you.
All of it, yes. Listen, I don't let people.
It could be a quick shower to do something.
I don't sit on my bed with outside clothes. So,
right.
And I've never been the mom to allow my kids, because kids are big old balls of dirt. And so they would know that they could not get in my bed until they took everything off. They had a bath, they had a shower, whatever. But I would not, to this day, I don't let people sit on my bed with outside clothes on. It's just disgusting. And I don't want all of that, like you said, outside in my room on my bed. So I just don't do it. Yeah.
So what do you think that your boyfriend enjoyed? Well, not your boyfriend. You told have a boyfriend. What do you think your man appreciates most about you?
He always says that I have a good heart. So he loves that I'm a good hearted person. I always have a smile on my face and I'm always in positivity. Like I always have something good to say. And it's really just a part of who I am. And you know,
He's low.
oh hey. Hey,
Hey,
we can
there
get
you
into
go.
that in a second. Hold on, Cody was calling for you. Cody Laloyan said, "Where's Michael Nelms at? Stop playing. Y'all better bring him on."
That's
Hey,
my boy
Michael
Cody.
Nelms.
How you doing?
Welcome to the Rolling Out AM Wake Up Call.
I
I guess
appreciate
we just gonna close out the show with you.
There you go.
Listen, I thought the producer said something else, but you got Keep Trucking. It's a transportation. It's the premier destination for owner operators, housing full service programs that guide professionals through all parts of the industry. Starting with 12 box trucks, the company now has semi trucks that they buy, sell, and dispatch. It says you guys have helped over 50 professionals reach business goals that they felt were unattainable by guiding them on and starting the companies and expanding their fleets. The concrete model that has been formed is a result of learning all the parts of the industry over the years, research, and even trial and error. The difference at Keep Trucking Transportation can be witnessed through the mission to continue growing so that other professionals can do the same. Listen, Michael Nelms, welcome to the Rolling Out AM Wake Up Call. Let's hear all about
Good
Keep
morning.
Trucking
Good
Transportation.
morning.
Good
Good morning.
morning.
Thanks for having me.
So where'd you
Yeah,
get
we
your
have a little
start? Where'd
hookup.
you get your background?
Well, man, I started off in. I didn't start off in trucking actually. I started off in a medical firm that I had, probably about 7 years prior to that. And so at that point, I said, let me tap into something a little bit different. And then, we tapped into trucking and started off, like you said, with some box trucks. Didn't know what I was doing at first, not gonna lie. But we just kind of learned as we went. And then, we established the name Keep Trucking because that's just exactly that. As we went through our trials and tribulations, we realized that we had one thing in mind, was just to keep trucking through it all. So that's why we named it the next one, Keep Trucking Transportation.
I love it. You got Facebook going crazy right now. Who is Sean? Sean Nelms. Sound like he related.
Dr. Sean Nelms. That's my older brother.
Okay.
Dr. Nelms, he's a funny guy. He's
Dr.
funny.
Sean.
He's the heart and soul of the family. Yes, ma'am.
So he said, keep trucking this change in generational wealth. So keep up the great work. We fit fits. We fit fits. Says, let's go, Michael Nelms, my bro, changing lives. HU?
Man. My man, HU.
HU?
HU.
I'm an honorary HU. I went to Grambling, but some of my closest girlfriends attended Howard. Yes. So so how did the concept of trucking even come about? Like, how did you find out that you had this goal to own this trucking fleet and not only own it, but also to put other people to work, teach them the game, teach them the industry, and create this generational wealth?
Well, it's exactly that. I mean, you said a mouthful. I think with trucking, there's so many streams of income. It's so many different ways you can tap into, different streams of revenue within trucking. And it gave us a larger platform to help other people. And, it may sound cliche, but that's our thing. Our greatest ability is the ability to bless others. And that's the main thing I took from Howard University is realizing that you can use your platform and you can create different streams, not just for yourself, but for everyone around you. And that's pretty much how we got our start, just kind of staying grounded with that concept and just expanding on it, knowing that the more trucks that we purchase, the more trucks we can put different drivers in, and creating different streams of income for them, different wealth levels. A lot of drivers have been driving for 10, 15 years. And I always ask the question during my interviews, why haven't you owned a truck yet? And you get a different host of answers. And at that point I started saying, you know what, this is something that I can do greater than myself. I can not only own trucks, I can teach other drivers how to become owner operators themselves. I mean, not go through the struggles that I, obviously went through the first time around when we were just dealing with box trucks. So one of the guys, Fitz, he's always pushing me and motivating me to be greater. And one thing that we always speak on is how can we affect change for everyone around us. It's not about me purchasing 40 or 50 trucks. It's about me having 10, 12 trucks and helping other people purchase their first truck. And so, we focus more on that than just how we can line our pockets. Most drivers, they drive and they never get that opportunity to own a truck. And so that's what we do. We put all our drivers in that same position that we once was in. And that's why we're successful. It's not because of me, it's the team. Yeah.
Okay, so Facebook is going crazy. Go ahead.
Quick question. So why the Balenciaga sweatshirt and not your sweatshirt to push your brand?
No, that's another one. So I just partnered with Trucker Bay. We actually just got our masks. I should have brought one here. And that's a good question. The shirt that I should have on should say Nams or Howard. But it says Balenciaga.
I'm just curious.
But yeah, we do have Trucker Bay that's coming out because we realize
Trucker
that's
Bay.
another stream of income that we can tap into with trucking. We got our first mats came in the other day. They're pretty dope. We do have some t-shirts and some sweatshirts coming out. But it is a good question.
Tazian said Mike is inspiring more future entrepreneurs in the family. Lorraine said, what state were you established from?
Well, I was born and raised in Buffalo, New York. Obviously went to school in DC, but we're right here in Georgia. Our trucking company is right here in Atlanta, Georgia.
How do people get information if they want to get into trucking? Like, how do they contact you? Where do they go? What do they need? What's the criteria to get involved with your company so that they can learn as well?
Well, you can always follow me on Maddie Daddy Time. That's that's my Instagram, right here on Facebook. But if you want to know detailed information, you can just go to keeptruckingtransportation.com. Most of the information is right there on the web. People call me directly. I'm so reachable. So I give my cell phone out to any and everybody. I'm always on Instagram in the DM answering questions from the 17-year-olds that want to get involved in and owning a business to the 67-year-olds that need whatever information they need. I'm available. You can tap in with me at any point in time. I'm up all night, so answering every single DM. That's one of my goals, is to make sure that every day, if it's 50 DMs or 100 DMs, I take the time and I answer every single question. And that allows me to kind of help out as much as I can. And then from there, people, they'll get my cell phone number, they'll call and text 2, 3 in the morning. I'm always available. So, I'm not someone who just kind of put that information or dump that work on one of my colleagues and one of the persons on the team. I handle every single question.
I love
That's
it.
awesome.
Andrea Sanders says everything Mike touches turns to gold. Iris Baker says my BFF owns her own truck. It was the best move that she's ever made. Lorraine Trammell says, how would one gain a contract if they own a truck? How do you become an owner operator?
Okay, there's a couple different questions. Well, we have the work. So for those who have trucks already, for those who are seeking to get into the business, we also own the dispatching side of our company as well. So as far as the loads and the rate cons, we handle that from start to finish. It's very intricate to how do you become an owner operator, but that's what we train and teach. We don't charge people who just need the information. We pretty much give it away, and I think that's why that's a greater, a easier way to pay it forward. And we're constantly looking just to. So I mean, you can tap in, you can hit me on keeptruckingtransportation.com, and again, any questions you have, you can type them in right there, and we'll get to them.
That's Cody good. Says it's all about the hustle. Listen, I hate that we're running out of time because we got so many questions for you. And Facebook is chiming in as well.
Right.
Give us your socials again. We only got 5 minutes left. Hang on
Okay,
it.
so follow
Somebody
us
said
on.
place your number in the interview. Somebody said give us
There
your
you
number.
go. Phone number 404-964-5578. That's my personal cell phone. You can text it, call it. I'm gonna pick up every time. Follow
Wait
us
a
on
minute. Give us
Instagram.
again.
404-964-5578. You can follow us on Instagram at Maddie Daddy Time, MADDYDADDYTIME, or follow us on keeptruckandtransportation.com. Any one of those platforms, you'll tap right into me, and I can explain to you exactly how you get started, and how you can join our team, and we can help you grow.
Yeah, I love what you're doing, and definitely by giving away the information. A lot of people don't know that's one of the keys to success, right? So you become successful
Yes.
by the amount of people that you help. So we can understand why you are so very successful. And we Fitz put your number in the chat. He was like, just in case y'all missed it.
Right.
He went ahead and put it in the chat for you. But yes,
Right.
expect people to be reaching out for you. Thank you so much. We're gonna have to do something with you as well, because we need you to break down your backstory. You attended Howard. You said you started. I believe you said you started in the medical field. Did you say that?
Correct.
What you say you started?
I own
Yeah, in the medical field. You got another. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. We only got 4 minutes left, but you got another business. Is it Maddie? Your daughter's business is an organization that's dedicated to your daughter. We didn't get a chance to talk about that, and I think hence the Instagram name. But we'll be able to talk to you a little later. We only got 4 minutes, and what we do about this time, we're going to keep you on for positive thoughts, and I will start. Thank y'all for tuning in to the Rolling Out AM Wake Up Call. 4 minutes left on this Tuesday. I'm still doing my positive thoughts from my dream card stack. They gave me a lot, y'all. And so this is a new one. I'm going to pop it open. Y'all see that? And basically it says every day is an opportunity to change things for the better. That is a quote by Michael Pivick. And it says again, every day is an opportunity to change things for the better. So y'all go out and make the best of your opportunities. I'm going to pass the ball over to Ru. Ru, give us a positive thought, and then I'm going to pass it over to Mike.
So the positive thought today is go out, not necessarily physically, but do something kind for someone today. That is the positive. I want the thought to be active. Do something kind for someone today.
Love it. And we're going to pass the ball to you, Mike. Give us a positive thought of the day.
Awesome. Well, always starting in with positive vibes only. That's always my hashtag. So just smile. Just find a reason to smile. And that's pretty much my positive thought. Just smile.
I love it. Great guest today. Have a beautiful day, everyone. Y'all, thank y'all for tuning in to the Rolling Out AM Wake Up Call. We had some phenomenal guests today. We didn't get a chance to kind of peel back the layers with you, Mike, but we're going to do something special. We're going to make sure that we get your story out there for sure. Space again. HBCU's in the house. All over, Thank y'all, Puddin' A. Yes, girl. Thank you for stopping by. D Shields, Cody. Thank you for helping us out. Robert Harden. Good morning, Iris Baker. Have a great day. Thank y'all. Hey, Kathleen Kohler. Thank you for checking in. Patricia Nelms. She said, "Do you help drivers get work?" So make sure you contact him and ask him that. But I know that he does, because just listening to him, he got a lot. Go ahead, through. Do your Terry dance.
Terry's gonna be jealous. He's gonna be jealous.
Right. See you, Mike. Do a little dance, Mike. Do a little dance. Let us know. Yes. Yes.
Love it.
Go, Mike.
I appreciate y'all.
We appreciate you too. Thank you.
Thanks.
Y'all take care. We'll be back tomorrow. Winning Wednesdays is tomorrow. We got another great poet coming up too. April is poetry. We'll see y'all. Thanks, y'all. Peace. We learning and playing.